In 2002, Collins, Alighieri, Summers, and Morin, researchers at UCLA, stated that the United States has the highest rates of sexually transmitted infections of any country in the industrialized world. And even more shocking than that, in a 2013 report by the CDC, they found that 1 in 4 college students will contract an STI during their course in college. And while many people think that this could never happen to them, an Ellen Adler and Gervais 2003 article in the journal Sexually Transmitted Diseases, they found that 80% of STIs have little to no visible symptoms. Today, I hope to encourage you all to rethink your views on STI prevention methods by presenting the prevalence and risks associated with STIs, and then bringing about a method that many South Carolinians haven't been properly exposed to. After completing a thesis on this subject, I feel I'm credible enough to impart accurate information to you all. So first, I'll discuss the issue of high rates of STIs among college students, and then I'll present a policy-changing solution. So to start off, I'll talk about the high rates of STIs. The rates of STIs among college students are frighteningly high. In 2003, either Kershaw, Lewis, and Nikolai, in an article in the journal Sexually Transmitted Infections, stated that about half of the annually reported cases of STIs are found among college-age students. And as I stated earlier, 1 in 4 college students will contract an STI during their time in college, and these can range anywhere from a simple bacterial infection to a much more serious disease. Chlamydia is the most common bacterial infection found among college-age students, with about 2.86 million cases annually, as per a 2013 CDC report. Since it's just a bacterial infection, it can be easily treated with antibiotics. However, the easiest way to avoid contracting such an infection is to engage in safe sex, which is basically proper condom use. Herpes simplex virus 2 is the most common viral infection found in college students, and since this infection is a viral infection, there's currently no known cure. The only thing you can do is try and treat the infection with antiviral medication. The easiest way to prevent this is to make sure you use a condom during sexual activity. And while these are the most common STIs found among college students, they're certainly not the only ones. Gonorrhea, HPV, trichomoniasis, and syphilis are found in college students. And some of these can be treated, but unfortunately many of them cannot. So now let's discuss why the rates are so high. The reason for their spread is subpar sex education. In a study by Collins and his researchers, they cite the main reason for the spread of these infections as subpar sex education, specifically improper condom use. According to Either and her team, only 80% of men and only 60% of women know how to properly use a condom. And even more shocking, a whopping 60% of women said that they would still engage in sexual activity with their partner even if they refused to wear protection. Condom use is an integral part in preventing the spread of STIs, which makes the fact that it isn't included in sex education horrifying. A proven solution to this relevant problem is to implement effective sex education in schools, like a comprehensive method instead of the current abstinence-only method. In B. and Diamond's 2006 article for the Columbia Journal of Gender and Law, they define abstinence-only education as a method that teaches abstinence as the only morally correct option of sexual expression, and that sex is only permissible under the context of a heterosexual monogamous marriage. It censors all information about condoms for the prevention of STIs. Malone and Rodriguez's 2011 article for the Journal of Human Rights defines comprehensive sex education as a program that teaches abstinence as the best option, but also includes information about condoms in order to prevent the spread of these infections. It endorses the acceptance of all sexual orientations and also promotes relationship-building skills. Currently, the federal government endorses abstinence-only education and permits comprehensive sex education if schools are willing to pay for it, according to Howell and Keefe's July 2007 article in Advocates for Youth. While any form of sex education is better than none, comprehensive sex education is the most effective method. B. and Diamond report that over 80% of the information taught in the federally funded abstinence-only programs is false or misleading, which is clearly detrimental to the youth of today because they lack a clear understanding of the risks associated with unsafe sex. The multiple studies previously cited also say that the comprehensive sex education program has consistently resulted in lower rates of STIs for its students. And while scientific data recognizes that this is the most effective approach, it hasn't been properly instituted due to politics. Though the comprehensive program has shown results of low STIs where the abstinence-only program has not, the abstinence program still has the support of the government because it has the support of a very small vocal minority. In her 2012 article for Rethinking Schools, Paula Perardini states that various attacks that have taken place on comprehensive sex education since its beginning in the 1980s. Interest groups have gone so far as to call it smut, raw sex, and even a filthy communist plot. However, Collins and his researchers described a survey commissioned by the Kaiser Foundation that found that 96% of parents wanted more information about contraceptives and preventative measures taught to their children during sex education. So since we've examined the problem of STIs and comprehensive sex education as a solution, I'll summarize some of the points I raised. I brought the issue of high rates of STIs among college students to your attention, stated the most common STIs among college students, discussed condoms as an effective preventative measure, clarified the two different types of sex education, comprehensive and abstinence only, explained why comprehensive is the more effective version, and explained why abstinence only still has the support of the government. I hope that because of this, you all have a better understanding of the risks associated with unsafe sexual activity and the political intricacies of federal funding for specific sex education programs. Hopefully, you've learned that the comprehensive sex education program is not only more effective, but also vitally necessary in reducing the rates of STIs among college students. Thank you.